watching the second Newshour Debate on Times Now Super Prime Time.
We'll introduce Sanjay Jha first because he's an outside location, and with me in the studio we have on my right Anjali Damania, who is the Maharashtra Convener for the Aam Aadmi Party. She's representing the AAP point of view, and to my left is National Treasurer and Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament of the BJP, Piyush Goyal. Piyush, welcome. And Sunil Alagh, who is Chairman of SK Advisors. He is Modi leaning, Modi sympathetic.
Absolutely.
Part of the Modi group,
Part of the Namo group. But
Namo
I'm not
group.
a BJP member.
Namo group.
I'm not
No, I only like
and I've
this group.
criticized BJP on their retail policy.
Have you?
I've done a number. Yeah.
Not of late.
Oh, well, if they come up with that thing on retail, I was telling him even in the beginning, I don't agree with him.
So why don't you? No, so then I'll just start with you.
Yeah.
You know, you should give more credit. Would you start by congratulating
I will.
Arvind Kejriwal?
100%.
Let me complete. You know, because what happens is that when you have this kind of a surplus, now they had a headroom of 3,050 crore from the financial year of FY14.
Right.
When you have money, simple logic, you have money, use it to serve the people.
Right.
The Congress government had the money, it didn't use it to serve the people. Kejriwal, day 2, implements one of his biggest promises. Would you start by congratulating her party for what they have done in Delhi?
I will start by congratulating her party at all, but I do not think what they are doing, they've delivered in the first place, and therefore there is an over-dramatization of what they've delivered. I will tell you why very quickly.
Brief.
700 litres for every household was what was promised free. Now in the fine print you read that it is going only to metered homes, which means the upper and middle income group will get it. The poor get zero at the moment because they don't have any meters. 1 second, let me just finish. That is exactly what they've said. Even in the upper and middle income group, they've said if you consume 701, you will pay for the entire 701, not the one above.
You're saying they're fooling the people?
Absolutely, because ultimately they're only giving 5% of the population which is in the middle and upper income.
But they're not taking away water connections from those who are not. One second. So are you fooling people? Are you fudging numbers out here? Because he has a point here that you are only talking about a limited number of people who have meters. What about all the people who have, all the people say in slums who do not have metered connections? Those in slums who do not have metered connections, what happens to them?
See, those who don't have metered connections at the moment, that does not mean it will remain like that forever. Everybody.
Second point is,
yeah.
What about those who don't get water? I think a more fundamental issue is getting water. So there are a lot of poor people who don't have safe and drinking water. A long-term solution would have been, Anjali, to say that we want to provide the people of Delhi, the poor people of Delhi, allow me to complete, 700 litres of safe and drinking water, and we will take steps to ensure that we will implement this promise in 3 months. But because you can't implement that in 3 months, so you're going for the short term dramatic appeal announcement. No, but why don't when are you committing safe and drinking water?
See, the first announcement, just take it the way it is coming.
No, why?
This is the announcement number 1 that has come today.
No.
That 700 litres was promised and 700 litres is being delivered.
One second. Piyush Goyal.
Yeah. Well, I think we must see it in the right perspective. But before that, a very happy New Year to all your viewers. You should have at least had the courtesy to wish us also.
Well, I'll wait.
We are going to have a new country in 2014.
Yes.
After the election. But anyway, what the manifesto
it is 24
says,
hours away.
What the I'm not coming to your channel tomorrow, for God's sake.
Yeah, so let's all wish Piyush Goyal Happy New Year in advance.
Very happy.
Wish you a Happy New Year in advance.
Happy for you, Piyush.
Okay, go ahead. Right, go ahead.
See, well, I was reading the highlights of the Aam Aadmi Party manifesto. It very rightly fully says that more than 50 lakh people do not get piped water in their homes. AAP is committed to ensuring that all households in Delhi get water in their homes, irrespective of whether they live in slums or unauthorized
Have they said they're
slums.
against it now?
1 minute. What I would have thought, and I think would have been prudent, that we first address the problem of the poor, as Sunil just said. There are a lot of people who survive on tanker water, who have to buy every bucket of water. I would have thought the 14 crores that they are spending every month, their leader tweeted that our estimated expenditure is 40 crores in the next 3 months, which means about 14 crores every month. 14 crores a month is the benefit being given to about 7 lakh families, is the statistic that I got. about 200 rupees a month is the amount they spend. So now this is what is happening to 7 lakh families. There are another 20 lakh families who don't even get water.
So what you're saying? What you're saying? One minute.
Prudent socialist policies, and this government is a socialist-oriented government, as Prashant Bhushan,
and you're not.
As Yogendra Yadav all say.
You're not.
Just coming to it.
No, don't you believe India is a socialist republic?
India is a socialist republic, but we have seen in the past free power is equal to no power.
So you're saying
gradually we found free power relating to no power.
Piyush, my question to you is
the benefit goes to the poor and not to the people who could otherwise afford to pay.
My question to you is, Mr. Goyal, you're saying this is okay, but it's a very simple and small thing to do. It's not part of the big problem.
I think we have to solve the bigger issues. Okay, what is an economic policy?
So the question.
Today we are here to discuss the economic policy.
We will go into all of that.
But I think the economic policy cannot be sorted out by a 14 crore rupee investment.
We will go into all of that.
7 lakh families.
My question to this side is the following. Piyush Goyal and Sunil Alagh.
Why both of us together? You are
because he's officially supporting
BJP.
Modi and you are unofficially supporting
No,
Modi.
he's BJP. Please understand.
Because he's officially supporting Modi and you are unofficially supporting
BJP
Modi.
and Modi. I'm only Modi.
You don't have to be apologetic.
Mr. Alagh, you don't have to be apologetic about your support for Modi. No, 1 second. Here's a question, simple question. And so Sanjay Jha is enjoying this today because usually
because Congress is out of the race.
Usually
they have seconded the race probably to the AAP. Congress has realized
let him speak for himself because the last Friday.
I'll wait for Arnab to ask me a question. I'll come in then.
Don't worry, Sanjay. He'll tape you, and again 1 week later you will regret it.
I have a question here. Okay, let me ask Sanjay this. The question is that if it's a small thing, as Piyush Goyal says, right? And there is a big
misnomer. It's a misguided notion.
If it's a small thing, there's a very big problem. Everyone's asked, if it's so simple, why didn't you do it? The BJP was in power.
No, we were
the
not
Congress
in power.
was in power.
By the way, we were not in power.
The BJP was in power.
We were not in power. During our time, the rates were 1/4 this amount.
It doesn't matter whether it was 1/4 the amount. The question was of providing 700 liters. I don't think the requirement for water has dramatically gone up or down in the last decade. If it was a small thing, such a small thing to do, even for 5% or 10% or 15% of Delhi's population, why on earth didn't you do it? That's my question, Mr. Piyush Goyal. You want to answer that?
Yeah.
You want to answer that? Okay, Sanjay Jha.
We did the same.
After Piyush Goyal.
Now look at our philosophy. Our philosophy is it's important that people get water, people get power. That's the economic philosophy on which the BJP stands. In Madhya Pradesh, in Gujarat, in Chhattisgarh, we have got people 24/7 power. We make them pay reasonable amount, but give them 24/7 power.
So you're not in favor of. You're not. What's your fundamental ideological problem? Ideological problem with what they have done.
Problem is that freebies to only 1/3 or 1/5 the population, as they have done. In fact, in this case, 1/5 the population does not resolve the problem of the 4/5.
Mr. Piyush Goyal, Mr. Goyal, I'll have to take you on that one because I'd rather tell you this.
I would rather go by the Gujarat model. Where everybody gets water, everybody gets power.
Please,
rather than working.
Don't tell me about the Gujarat model because you are in with respect, Mr. Piyush Goyal, and I'll go to Sanjay Jha. None of you, neither you nor Sanjay Jha, in a position to be criticizing the Aam Aadmi Party on subsidies, because the whole fact of the matter is you in the BJP went along blindly with the centre on all its populist schemes like the food security bill without having the courage to question its economic logic. Let us not forget that the BJP has called for prudence over populism on the one side, and has then demanded universal coverage for the food security bill in the same breath.
But because am
I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong?
You're wrong.
I am right on that.
You have not understood the basic fundamental of the food security bill, which I have explained to you on your channel on more than one occasion.
Mr. Goyal.
This was a scheme which was the Antyodaya Anna Yojana, started by the BJP-led NDA. it was continuing.
No.
The Food Security Act changes nothing. It's a rehash of what was already
but you
going on.
supported the government.
Yeah, because that's the scheme that's already going on.
You didn't question.
Are you going to take away the benefit which was already being given?
So you accused the Congress party of populism on the food security
Not
bill?
at all. We accused them of not doing enough.
Well, it was
For the poor, when you supply something for the poor,
problem-
I think it makes a lot of good sense. But the important thing is we supplied food grain to the poor when the Vajpayee government was there.
Mr. Jha, the fact is this, that all of you, including Piyush Goyal and including Sanjay Jha and everyone, you're all, look at the Congress party, for example. Congress party is waiting with bated breath to see how the Aam Aadmi Party trips over its own promises. The whole strategy of the Congress party tonight is to see how the AAP trips over its own promises. You have a subsidy bill on food, petroleum and fertilizers. 220,971 crore, which means 2.2097 lakh crore. That's the number that you are sitting on, that you spend on subsidies. And Arvind Kejriwal comes in one day with your support, proves you wrong, and not just wrong, I would say, Mr. Jha, proves you to be insensitive. You returned money. You returned money to the center because you didn't find ways to spend the money. I have the figures with me. You did not find ways to spend 1,723 crore rupees, the planned surplus. You had money, you could have borrowed, you have a fantastic financial situation. What was it, Mr. Sanjay Jha? Tell us tonight. Did you want to go soft on some corporates?
Okay, Arnab.
No, were you wanting to go soft on some corporates? Did you have any truck with them?
I don't know what.
Or was it simple insensitivity?
Now, what's the
insensitivity to the people that you could not do what Kejriwal did in 2 days with your support?
Well, let me answer that. Firstly, a personal very happy new year to my friend Piyush Goyal. I promise him that Mr. Narendra Modi will continue to be the Chief Minister of Gujarat till 2017. We will not destabilize him.
Don't digress. Digression's not allowed.
Debate, Sanjay.
No, 1 minute, yeah. I think the bigger point that we need to answer is if you look at the decision of the AA party to suddenly, kind of talk about the 700 liters of water. The truth is that there are, at the moment, it doesn't make any economic sense to provide 700 liters of free water to somebody living in Chanakyapuri or Defense Colony or Maharani Bagh. It doesn't make any sense at all. And the fact that there are leakages or wastage or many people living in unauthorized areas who require water, who don't have piped facilities, ought to have been the first priority.
You and BJP are on the same side.
48 hours, that's populism.
You and BJP are on the same side tonight. I'm just making an observation.
Now let me explain to you the UPA. 1 minute. Since you have raised the question, let me answer. We were 3 years for 3 terms in 15 years. Arnab, Sheila Dikshit ji's government did a fantastic job in Delhi.
No, don't give yourself a certificate. You lost. You lost. It's a bit. Watch Anjali's counter. Anjali, what's your point? Anjali.
Sanjay Jha, the same government, Sheila Dikshit government could not provide the same pipelines in 15 years. Sanjay, just a second, please. Just a second, please. Sanjay, just a second, please. Your same Sheila Dikshit.
He's not yielding.
Development, which would have happened had we won the election.
You know.
Point number 3, very important here.
Sanjay.
There is no denying, Arnab. I don't think anybody on your panel can deny.
Okay,
Sanjay, 1 minute. Sanjay.
The question is, are those subsidies manageable, and can the current account, or in this case fiscal deficit, be contained?
Oh, what? 1 minute. Mr. Jha, you're going to trip. I'm warning you, you are going to trip.
1 minute.
You are going to trip over that argument.
Assured the people of India
now you
that
Mr.
the fiscal deficit is likely to be within the permissible limits that was outlined at the time of the budget.
Mr.
Now, as
Jha.
far as the food security bill is concerned,
Mr. Jha.
let me tell you, by
You're not listening, Mr. Jha.
Does he support the government or not support the government?
Look.
No, Mr. Jha.
Mr. Jha, could
and
I
you have
come in?
raised a very sensitive point.
No. 1 second, Mr. Jha.
People to get subsidized food grains is, I think, an enormous step for
Mr.
a country
Jha?
that suffers from poverty.
Mr. Jha, are you listening to me?
This is the style.
Mr. Jha, are you not going to listen? Mr. Jha, one second. First of all, Piyush Goyal is accusing you.
Are they supporting the government or opposing it? We need to know. We need to know. And the other is they just want to rattle off something which is not relevant to the debate.
Arnab, I'm answering you or I'm answering Piyush Goyal. Let me answer.
As of now, you're answering neither. One second. Mr. Jha.
You have not been hearing.
Mr. Jha.
I can repeat it once again. No, I think I'm answering.
Mr. Jha, don't do that. Don't do that, please. Don't repeat it once again. Mr. Jha, I request you. Mr. Jha, stop. Mr. Jha, stop. Mr. Jha,
But
stop.
Arnab, that is the brief. That is the brief from Congress headquarters.
From Anjali.
That we are supporting an unethical government. There's a AAP Congress alliance which they have to justify. So the best way is just digress from the subject.
I'm ready.
No, one second, Mr. Jha. May I?
Is he supporting AAP or is he opposing AAP? I think he should compliment AAP.
People have verbal diarrhea. No, 1 minute. Some political leaders today had loose motions and some people on your studio have verbal diarrhea.
Okay, so Mr. Jha, may I just request you? May I request you? Mr. Jha.
Arnab, he's accusing you, huh? He's accusing you.
Yes,
You talk too much on the channel.
Yes. And Mr. Jha, what do I say to you? You know, you have perfected. May I pay you a compliment? Mr. Jha, you have perfected the fine art.
I'm always ready, Arnab.
You have perfected the fine art of answering your own questions. Now, Mr. Jha.
Let's rephrase it
But that's
differently.
a well thought of strategy.
I'm not telling you what you want to hear.
When they don't have anything to say, right from telecom scam to Colgate to Tata
what he
Trucks
thinks
to
the nation wants to know.
Commonwealth.
1 minute.
They have been
He's saying something.
To know what Arnab Goswami wants to hear, and I have actually checkmated you, Arnab.
But you must first hear me. But anyway, Mr. Jha,
Mr. Jha, on the neighboring board, not on your chessboard.
which I can't hold against Mr. Jha. I think we both had enough of each other through the whole year, but that's on a lighter note. But Mr. Jha, the question here is this, that when you speak about subsidies with respect, you're being hypocritical at double levels. One, you're being hypocritical at a national level because you are responsible for creating a level of subsidy which is unmanageable and generally seen to be terrible for any fresh government coming in, and you've done it irresponsibly in pursuit of your own vote banks in a pre-election year. But let me take a narrow point of Delhi. I would like to enlighten you, Mr. Jha. Allow me to complete. Allow me to complete. It's rubbish, but Mr. Jha, let me complete. Let me complete. I would like to tell you that a shocking figure of an increase in subsidies of Delhi, current transfers and subsidies in Delhi in a pre-election year rose by 57%. Your subsidy bill in Delhi rose by 57% even before the Aam Aadmi Party came in. How on earth, Mr. Jha, how on earth can you accuse the Aam Aadmi Party of being responsible on the issue of subsidies with the people of Delhi after having increased? And am I right or wrong? Is it true or not that your subsidy burden in a pre-election year went up by 57%? You cannot blame Kejriwal. Kejriwal at the most is only taking that further by a few more percentage points. Mr. Alagh, is that figure correct?
One quick point.
Let me answer.
Sanjay, can I now step in? Sanjay, just 1 second. Yeah, Sanjay, please, 1 second. He's asked me a question. Let me answer. See, all I'm saying is that I think Aam Aadmi needs to be complimented on everything. All I'm questioning is that is he meeting what he promised? Okay, now I'm saying he promised I'll give you free water because there is a lot of wastage, there's a lot of cheating, there are tankers, and I'll be able to give free water without paying any subsidy. Similarly, in power, he said, I will question Tatas, I will question Reliance, and they've been a fraud, they've been overstating their costs, and I will do it without.
What's your charge? Put your charge.
Therefore, now they are doing it both with subsidies. That means that ultimately, if you had told the people you are going to if you're going to do it with subsidies, if you are not delivering to the poor, how are you saying you met your promise?
Irresponsible populism.
I mean, that's irresponsible. That's all. I mean, you won your votes on one basis.
To all the points that have been raised so far, the points that have been raised by Mr. Jha, he says that the pipes have not gone. Now, who the hell was handling them for so long.
I agree.
15 years, he says, Sheila Dikshit government was handling the whole of Delhi. Can I understand how these pipes have not gone there in the last 15 years, and what has not happened in the last 15 years is expected from us within 48 hours? Is that fair?
No.
Point number
not
two.
At all. Not at all.
No.
One second.
Let me complete. Let me complete. Now, there are some points which I would want to raise. No. Mr. Jha, let me complete, please.
Mr. Jha, Mr. Jha, 1 minute. Let her complete, Mr. Jha. Continue.
Yeah. See, now coming to his point number 2, he says that there were some figures which were shown on Times Now saying that there is a clear loss of 340 crores.
Yeah.
What we offer is, suppose we have said that we will not take security. The amount of money that will be saved by not taking security is a 341 crores.
Right.
So what is better for the people? Not the politicians not taking security, rather providing water, or the other way around?
What is being said here? Anjali Damania. What I'm saying is, simple mathematics. Will you concede? I'm going to take a break, but before, simple mathematics which shows that there would be 150 crore burden on the exchequer, if you were to implement this problem of 700 liters of water free. Have you done your mathematics?
Yes, I have.
You've done your mathematics.
Yes.
So my second question to you is, will you therefore now say that the time has come for you to implement your other promise? Because I heard, did your party say that we will finalize food prices with the consent of the people? When the food price debate was at its peak 4 or 5 months back, your party leaders said that we will finalize retail food prices with the consent of the people. Did you say so?
I would definitely want to
did you say so?
I'll tell you why.
Will you be able to implement that? Can that be implemented nationally?
Why not?
Why not? Okay, we are going to go into that break. The Aam Aadmi Party says, why not? When I ask a question on whether retail food prices can be implemented with the consent of the people, how practical is that? And will the Congress party support them on that? Back in a few minutes. A simple point that I want to make before I start off is, Delhi, we have Delhi's economy and then we have India's economy, right? Delhi's economy is in the pink of health, right? Delhi's economy is in better health than most states, and Arvind Kejriwal has inherited an economy in Delhi which, you must give credit to the Congress, is far better placed to fulfill most of the promises that he has made. It is budgeted, according to RBI data, I have it before me, a fiscal deficit of 0.7% of gross state domestic product. National average is 2.1%. So this is a fantastic, it's a rosy economy, right? Rosy. But India is not Delhi, Anjali, right? India's economy is not in the pink of health.
Right.
Right? We agree on this so far?
Absolutely.
Right? So my question here is to Sanjay Jha. I'll start off with Sanjay and then come back. Do you think Arvind Kejriwal's economic experiment needs to be questioned at the national level as to what, because they are becoming a national party in 1 or 2 weeks. They're not going to take 1 or 2 years. Do you think he should come forward with a national economic agenda that goes beyond the populism of Delhi? Otherwise, what may happen is somebody sitting in Chennai, somebody sitting in Hyderabad, somebody sitting in Mumbai may think that the same formula can be applied in Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, Guwahati. But Delhi is not Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, Guwahati, Jodhpur have all got their unique situations. Do you think Arvind Kejriwal should come forward with a national economic agenda? Otherwise, people may have too high expectations from seeing the drama in Delhi.
Absolutely. I think that's inevitable. I mean, I've been reading about the fact that the AAP party has national ambitions. Well, if they have, then their views on foreign direct investment. I know for a fact that in their Delhi manifesto, I have read it, that they are against FDI in multi-brand retail, which I was quite surprised by, to be honest, because they claim to be a party which is in support of the middle class constituency, but it doesn't really make sense there at all. But there is FDI not just in retail, there are FDI in multiple other areas that we've got to talk about. What is their views on Kashmir? What is their views on maybe whether we need to be taxing the corporate sector more, whether we need to work on different subsidies for different other sectors? What is their view view on many of the geopolitical issues. I think these are very fundamental issues that no party can really escape. So, end of day, the party will have to rise above short-term populism, which is currently being demonstrated.
No, so let me ask Anjali, for example. Let me ask.
They can't really become profligate with that.
One of our viewers asked the question. The BJP, I think, abolished long-term capital gains tax, right? The BJP abolished it. So, Anjali, the BJP abolished long-term capital gains tax, which was seen to be, and Piyush won't like it, this was populism for the rich, right? Do you agree with that? What is your considered view? What is the Aam Aadmi Party's economic philosophy?
Right to correct your perception.
No, that's all.
After that, I'll correct the perception for your.
Then I stand
a little more also.
I stand by what I say.
I think I'd like to correct
your and my perceptions can change, but I stand. But I'm asking her for a view.
I'll correct your perception.
No, I want it.
I will correct something else also.
No, that's all right. You see, let's get the Aam Aadmi Party.
Let me just complete my stand. See, we feel that we've heard these statements coming time and again that corruption is the engine of growth, and this has been said time and again by both Congress as well as, yes, I've heard this time and again.
Who said corruption is
bad?
Oh yes, this is what
corruption is bad for growth.
Mr. Jha, please let me complete. This is what is said time and again.
Who said
but we would. No, most of the corporates,
Really?
most of the traders,
Which corporate has said
this?
See, this is a general statement which is made now.
My
Let me complete.
God,
I don't-
Hello,
Never.
Mr. Can I please complete?
No,
And
let her
then you
complete.
can go
But you
ahead
have
with whatever I have to
Is
say.
this your perception? But
So,
my question to you was.
Let me complete.
My
please.
question to you
Arnab,
was
let me
on
complete,
specific issues.
Arnab.
Does the Aam Aadmi Party have an evolved economic philosophy?
Arnab, let me complete,
Yes.
please.
Are you
First,
left
the
of
point-
center, right of center, centrist?
Or no policy.
we are,
or no policy.
Or is there no policy?
We clearly believe in, no, we have a very clear, loud
At least the
and clear
manifesto
policy.
doesn't show any policy on unemployment, on inflation, doesn't show what to do with
Just
housing,
the basic
infrastructure needs, doesn't show what will happen to the poor, how will they get jobs.
Answer these fundamental
Can I finish my the whole thing that I wanted to say, please? What I was saying is there is a general belief that corruption is an engine of growth. If that
I
is
thought
true,
it's the other way.
then
Maybe your belief.
No.
You may believe corruption is an engine of growth. We believe corruption is the detriment to growth.
Piyush, can I please complete? This is the order of the day. This is the order of the day. But what we believe is, if this is true, if this has been followed by both BJP and Congress all these years, then can we please understand that corruption is at the highest and growth is at the lowest? We have the great economist of the world, Mr. Dr. Manmohan Singh, who has been in power for the last 10 years. What has he achieved?
One sec, Sanjay Jha is rebutting first.
He has been harping about a word called inclusive growth, which I've
Madam Damania, let me tell you about the last 10 years. India on average GDP has been the second fastest growing economy in the
please
world.
don't. This is not about reading the UPA report card, please. I am told the UPA report card will be read out in different circumstances on Friday.
No, Mr. Jha, from 10% economic growth,
since she mentioned that growth has been lowest, I think that needs a correction. You can't allow people
I'm coming in. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, 1 second. 1 second. That's not the issue tonight. That's not the issue. The issue is this, that everybody in the country is watching the Aam Aadmi Party. There are people on our political panels who are saying this could be the third largest party. The Aam Aadmi Party is saying we'll make a national entry. We have candidates, we have people in 300 districts. It's all ready. Election war machine, etc., etc. I have every right tonight to ask, what is besides eradicating corruption? Ms. Samani, understand this. I don't take your sincerity badly. I am saying that besides eradicating corruption, what is your solution for the Indian economy? In your party manifesto released, you said, today the common man is unable to afford even the basic commodities due to high prices. Right? Government has deliberately inflated rates of many commodities to ensure that corporate giants make profit. What? 1 second. I'm reading from the Aam Aadmi Party. This is direct corruption. Aam Aadmi Party feels that the prices of critical commodities should be determined with people's consent. Now please tell me, people will believe you. You see, Miss Damania,
every
people
single
will
person who has suffered the NSCL scam will believe this.
No, how do you...
Every single person who understands what has happened in the commodity market, in the essential commodities will understand
please
this.
Understand this, Miss Damania. I am asking you, how can prices be determined with people's consent?
Correct.
Please ask me, how
now,
can it?
That is where I am saying the entire scam that happened, the NSCL scam that happened.
I am not asking you about the NSCL scam.
No, we are talking about the basics. We are talking about the tur dal which has got jacked up by artificial forward trading. This is where we are saying if these things are curbed, if essential commodities are not traded.
Miss Damania, there is a danger. There is a danger.
The Aam Aadmi doesn't understand commodities trading, Madam Damania. The Aam Aadmi does not understand commodities trading. It does not. Is not a stock market investor.
Please, Mr. Jha, I can debate with you on the essential commodities. Please, Mr. Jha, I can debate with you at length on the commodity market trading. I can debate with you at length on the commodity market trading. Please, let's not discuss
Congress
that.
government, I thought. You are running a government which on your bachon ki kasam you are not going to take Congress support. But I don't understand.
We have not taken...
Sanjay criticizing you.
Please.
You have said that 18-point agenda has been accepted. What's the story?
Arvind had said that with very clear intentions, and he has
so there's a difference between intention and reality.
No. Let me complete. Has he gone back on any single word? What have we taken as support at all?
Corruption. So now you have a Congress party MLA supporting you. So all that the Congress did for 15 years. What happened to all the corruption scams?
Let's talk about the economic policy.
Are you going to institute an inquiry against Sheila Dikshit, against Jal Board, against all the corruption in the power sector?
Are we
going to see those things happen or no?
Piyush,
we want to know your sincerity and your intention.
No,
because we believe the only principal person today is somebody who actually delivers and acts on what he promises. We saw Modi delivering on what he promised in the last 10 years, getting re-elected 3 times. We saw him give power to everybody 24/7. We saw him give water to the poor, remote areas. Here we are seeing a government which started on the back of unethical alliance with the very people whose corruption you've been criticizing. So I want to know, when is the institution of the Commission of Inquiry on the Congress government's misdeeds of 15
years? Can I come back to Arnab's
question?
1 second.
400 crores fishery scam.
When will this Commission of Inquiry come up against the Congress corruption?
The question is...
When will you start giving food grains? When will you start giving food grains?
Can I just
ask Samiti prices?
Question?
My question here is... I'll come to you, sir. My question to you, Ms. Damania, is that, you are now doing some kind of political relationship with the left. From what has been seen here, we saw warming up of the Communist Party of India, Marxist, towards the Aam Aadmi Party. Though I must say that, this has been clarified later to say that, there is no unconditional support. Where exactly do you stand vis-a-vis the left? Are you left of center or right of center? What is your economic policy?
I don't know why people ask us this question again and again. We are not leftist, we are not rightist, we just want to do what is right for the country. As simple as that.
No, in what way? How will you do it?
The same things have been asked again and again. What isn't?
See, you told Prashant Bhushan says in November, we are going to nationalize all airports and power. We are going to give all mines and minerals, oil and natural gas, land, spectrum and other resources to the public sector. So now we have MTNL, BSNL, whose losses are 15,000 crores a year. It is more than the revenue of those companies. At that time, the tele-density was less than 2-3%. So you will take us back to those days where tele-density, so everybody remove all your mobile phones. Or are you going to nationalize all mobile companies?
Well, Mr.
Power has increased 5-fold in the last 20 years.
Well, Mr. Piyush, if you finished, let me answer. My answer is, this economic policy was to be discussed in our general meeting, which was on the 4th of this month, 4th of January. So there is no statement that can be taken from a single leader, which has
come from... So you disown what Prashant Bhushan said?
Did I say
what
that?
What Yogendra Yadav said, do you disown all that?
Did I say that? It has to be, see, we are a party with different people from different mindset.
That means this
But that does
manifesto
not
is made
mean-
without any
No,
thinking.
one
We are
second.
not-
One minute. One minute, Piyush Goyal. So one minute, Piyush
I
Goyal.
want to know if this manifesto
No.
has any
Why don't you?
or it's just
1 minute. Why
just
don't
promises made so that you can get vote and for the people. It's a simple question.
Why don't you say here that, first of all, are you getting a little insecure at the pace of decision making, which might be fairly populist in Delhi, and that people they raise expectations, and this may cut your urban and semi-urban
We are
vote.
talking about economic thinking.
Sure.
Nothing about
now the question on the other side is, Sunil, longer term, why put the pressure on the Aam Aadmi Party to get its economic act together at a national level?
No, I think
What's the real?
No, all I'm saying is you raise the issue of, say, long-term gains, X, Y. If you see one, I'm going to give free electricity. I'm going give a full plan. I'm giving free electricity. I'm giving free this. This is going to cost me 1,000. This is where my 1,000 is going to come from. 1 second. I'm just saying, put up a proper economic plan for everybody to see. You're going to get free water, free electricity, but you will pay more. You will pay more. One second, Piyush, now let me finish here. I've been listening to both of you all. Now, please put up a plan. Nobody gives it piecemeal like this. And everybody wonders, what is this? I mean, what are they doing? Where is the one? When you question, I will say, I'm going to reduce income tax. 1 second. What would be the question in the budget?
What surprises me the most is that we have the Congress Party, which seems to say that everything that the Aam Aadmi Party is doing as of now is unsustainable and wrong. And whatever. Then let me ask you, Sanjay, what really are you aiming at? I mean, if are you allowing the Aam Aadmi Party to compromise economic interests not just of Delhi but nationally? What really is your game then? And if you're allowing them to do that, what is the economic cost? What is the political cost of that? Why are you allowing, if they are creating havoc in Delhi's economy, are you allowing them to run amok only because you feel they will undercut Modi nationally?
Well, let me answer the last part very quickly to you. I think this whole thing about Modi and Arvind Kejriwal trying to slice into his share, I think people can debate that. That doesn't matter to us at all. I think we are looking at ourselves with a very distinctive singular focus on 2014. Let other parties campaign they want to. Congress is very clear, explicit and categorical that it's got a campaign with a lot of confidence, and we are very bullish about the
That's not even the question, Sanjay.
We don't need any props. Now let me answer that.
That's not the question. If you're answering the question, I don't think you answered the question there. I don't think you answered the question.
As far as the economic part is concerned,
why would you let somebody make such a? Why would you?
It's very straightforward.
Sanjay, will you answer? Will you just stop? Can I put speed breakers on you right now?
What is the basis of their support? Aren't they both together? I thought AAP and Congress, a corrupt Congress, and an undirected, misguided AAP is together.
We don't have any sort of.
Let me answer that.
You are in government with the Congress support.
If you look
the
at
same Congress which is called corrupt, where you should now be having inquiries on their corruption.
I tell you what,
you are on the back of their support.
50%.
Sanjay, stop please. Sanjay, stop
you
please for a minute.
cannot provide 50% subsidized electricity,
Sanjay,
because the discoms will bleed further.
Sanjay, if they can't,
why are you supporting them?
Why are you supporting them? Why are you letting them?
1 minute.
Why are you letting them?
Let me explain.
Why are you why are you letting them?
Let me give you an answer.
Why are you letting them?
Congress party is supporting the Aam Aadmi Party from the outside for only one simple reason. That if you don't have a government that is perhaps not given a chance to perform on multiple other issues in their manifesto, although these two are populist and perhaps very regressive, but they have some other plans which seem to be private.
No, you know what will happen.
So first thing they have to do is institute an inquiry against Sheila Dikshit's corruption.
1 minute.
What will you do when they institute an inquiry on you?
1 minute. Can determine for themselves if the AAP party is worth the governance for which they have voted them with 28 seats or not. And more important, in President's rule, you don't get a government. You only get President's rule. There is no real development.
Well,
President's rule. President's rule was not the solution.
I think.
Can I just raise one question?
And one last point. Yeah.
Sanjay, Sanjay, the point is very simple. Now, I'm completely short of time. Two questions come to my mind. Actually, I'll ask only one at the very end. Sanjay Jha, if you what you're saying today is they might, in my perception, run economic havoc over Delhi, take all the wrong decisions. I may disagree with them on all.
And they have no policy.
I may think they may be irresponsible on all, but I'll keep supporting them. But only if they institute an inquiry against Sheila Dikshit will I pull out support. Now ask yourself, Sanjay Jha. Ask yourself, Mr. Jha.
Institute an inquiry.
Ask yourself, Mr. Jha,
what is happening?
How acceptable will that argument be? I thank you all for watching the News Hour tonight. Tomorrow 9 p.m. the Best of News Hour special. Thank you for watching. Good night and goodbye.